Ho, ho! You've heard of Father Christmas, right? The big, jolly man in a vibrant red suit spreading joy and bearing gifts for children around the globe. Let's delve a little deeper into his enchanting world, shall we? Now picture this. Father Christmas, a hearty, jovial character with a boisterous laugh that rumbles like a freight train, making his belly jiggle like a bowl full of cherry-flavored jelly. His cheeks a rosy red from the frosty North Pole breezes and a sparkle in his merry eyes, as radiant as the star atop your twinkling Christmas tree. His iconic red suit, trimmed with luxurious white fur, and a matching hat that's never far from snowy white locks. But what tickles his fancy the most? Well, besides adding a splash of joy to everyone's life, of course, his undying love for cookies and milk. After a long, adventure-filled night of delivering presents, there's nothing he savors more than a plate of warm, freshly baked cookies and a chilled glass of creamy milk waiting for him. It's his sweet reward for a job well done, a secret indulgence that brings a wide smile on his jolly face. And now, let's talk about his magical journey. His role? It's not all giggles and mirth for Father Christmas. He's got an enormous responsibility. Imagine this. He's tasked with delivering gifts to millions of children scattered around the world in one single night. Quite an impressive feat, isn't it? But fear not. He doesn't embark on this magic-filled journey alone. He has his trusty reindeer-led sleigh, as swift as a shooting star, and a team of diligent elves to aid him. Ah, those elves. These pint-sized helpers, buzzing with energy, are as essential to Christmas as Father Christmas himself. They're the ones who craft the toys, meticulously wrap the presents, and ensure everything is in place for the grand night. They're the backbone of this North Pole, always on their toes. But oh, what's this? Some elves seem to be indulging in a little mischief. Well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out, won't we? Just when you thought all was calm and peaceful, the mischievous elves appear. Now, these aren't your typical run-of-the-mill elves. Absolutely not. These are Father Christmas's little helpers, overflowing with wit and teeming with impish charm. They're hard to miss, with their pointy ears peeking from under their silly hats, and their twinkling eyes that always seem ready for a giggle. Just picture it. A bustling toy factory, alive with the sounds of tickling hammers and giggling paintbrushes, the air filled with the sweet aroma of fresh pine and candy cane. And right in the whirl of it all, our little elves are creating waves of laughter. Imagine one elf, let's call him Jingle, sneakily dipping his hand into the cookie jar, his goofy grin reaching both pointy ears. Oh, those cookies were meant for Father Christmas, but that doesn't stop Jingle from treating himself to a cookie feast. Then there's Twinkle, the joker of the group. Instead of wrapping toys, he's wrapping his elf buddies in glittery, rustling gift paper. Their faces when they realize they've turned into surprise presents is priceless. It's all barrels of laughter, of course, but oh, what a rumpus they create. The fun doesn't end there. The toy factory, once a place of hard work, has now transformed into a fluffy snowball firing range. Snowballs, made from the soft stuffing of teddy bears, zooming through the air, turning the factory into a blizzard of fun. Elves ducking and diving, giggles bouncing off the walls. It's a spectacle of silliness. Ah, these playful elves. They sure know how to turn a normal day at the toy factory into an epic elf party. But while their antics spread chuckles and mirth, they also whip up a whirlwind of giggly chaos. The toys aren't getting wrapped, the cookies are vanishing, and the toy factory looks more like a snow globe filled with laughter. Things are getting hilariously out of hand, aren't they? Let's see what funny surprise awaits us next. Picture a symphony of chaos and hilarity. The toy factory at the North Pole is a mess. The factory, usually a harmonious orchestra of bustling activity, gears whirring and bells jingling, has turned into a comedic disaster zone. Elves, usually meticulous craftsmen, have turned into mischievous pranksters. One adventurous elf, we'll call him Jingle, got himself stuck inside a gigantic gift box while conducting a comfort test for teddy bears. It seems the comfort of the box is not exactly teddy bear perfect for poor Jingle, as he's starting to question his impromptu choice of lodging. Then there's Twinkle, another elf with a twinkle in his mistakes, who has managed to send a remote-controlled toy car on a wild joyride across the factory. It's zipping and zooming, leaving behind a trail of confusion, surprise, and a whole lot of glitter. Elves are showing off their acrobatic skills, jumping out of its way, and gift wraps are taking flight like birds set free. And let's not forget Tinkle, the oldest of the troublemakers, who has, in a clumsy mishap, spilled a pot of magic glitter, the secret ingredient that puts the magic in the toys. Now, the glitter is whirling around like a mini tornado, sticking to anything and anyone it touches. Elves have suddenly turned into glittering disco dancers, sneezing out sparkly sneezes, making the factory look more like a rave party than a workplace. In the middle of all this circus, the assembly line is slowing down, and there's a mountain of unfinished toys getting as high as the North Pole's snowbanks. The elves' playful errors have turned the usually bright and bustling factory into a slapstick comedy show. The clock on the factory wall is now ticking louder than ever, reminding everyone that Christmas is just around the corner. But looking at the worried faces of the elves, one wonders, as the clock ticks and Christmas crawls closer, what hilariously outrageous solution will Father Christmas bring to the table? Stand back, for magic is afoot when Father Christmas strides in. Certainly, at the very moment when it seemed that all cheer was drained, enters our hero, the jolly embodiment of Christmas spirit, Father Christmas himself. His ruddy cheeks beam with warmth, and his eyes glitter with a blend of joy and enchantment. With a robust ho ho ho! He casts an evaluating gaze over the tumultuous scene before him. Elves ensnared in ribbons, wrapping paper littered everywhere, baubles scattered across the floor, and the toy production line completely frozen. Yet panic is a stranger to Father Christmas. No, indeed, he gives his round belly comforting pat, chuckles heartily, and readies himself for the task at hand. With a sweeping gesture and a swift flick of his fingers, he calls upon his powerful magic. Ribbons untangle, wrapping paper folds itself neatly, and the elves find themselves released from their festive entrapment. But, oh, the spectacle of the toy production line. Now, an ordinary bystander might think that restoring such a mess would demand a substantial amount of time and effort. But remember, this is the extraordinary Father Christmas, the magical wonder who delivers gifts to every child around the globe in one single mystical night. Time, effort, mere child's play for a man of his magical prowess. With a simple tap on his nose and a playful wink, he breathes life back into the toy production line. Gears start whirling, conveyor belts roll into action, and toys begin to regain their form. It's as though the disorder had never occurred. And the elves? They stand, jaws dropped, utterly amazed. They've never witnessed such an awe-inspiring display of magic and efficiency. However, Father Christmas, with that eternal twinkle in his eye and infectious laugh of his, simply chuckles, gently pats them on their heads, and cautions them to exercise more caution next time. The sight was truly remarkable. Witnessing Father Christmas tackle the situation with such ease and elegance just reiterates that no matter the chaos, no matter the mess, Father Christmas, with his magic and hearty laughter, is always there to turn the tables and save the day with a wave of his hand. As the factory gears started humming again, it was time for the elves to engage in some soul-searching. Under the tranquil canopy of the North Pole, thoughts buzzed like fireflies within their petite heads. Cheeks rosy with humility deepened in shade as they comprehended the magnitude of their tomfoolery. "We've been such goofy goofballs," cried one, his hat hanging heavily in shame. The others bobbed their heads in agreement, their hearts filled with repentance. And now, the comedy of their atonement began. There was Jingle, teeming with enthusiasm. He buffed a toy horse to such a shine it could serve as a looking glass. "Bright as the northern lights," he crowed, blissfully ignorant that toys aren't supposed to be reflective. Then there was Twinkle, the perfectionist, who took gift wrapping to a whole new level. She handled each gift like it was a celestial artifact, measuring each strip of tape with a ruler, and folding the paper with the exactitude of a seasoned origami wizard. "Smooth as a polar ice cap," she declared, proudly showcasing a gift that looked more like an avant-garde sculpture than a present. And let's not ignore Sparkle, the speediest toy producer in the North. With a zeal to make up for lost time, he pumped out teddy bears at such a speed, the fluff machine sputtered in protest. The upshot? Teddy bears that resembled pancakes more than cuddly toys. "Flat is the new plush," Sparkle declared, trying to market his pancake bears as the next big thing. Amidst their blunders and faux pas, the elves were starting to grasp a crucial lesson. They vowed to channel their energy into creating a magical Christmas rather than stirring up pandemonium. Despite their ongoing slip-ups, their intentions were pure, and that's what truly counted. Looks like our comical elves have finally got the memo after all. With the wisdom gained and the presents prepared, the magic of Christmas begins to unfold. Now, our story takes a turn for the enchanting as Santa Claus, accompanied by his mischievous yet diligent elves, start their mission to deliver the gifts they've poured their hearts into creating. Under the shimmering canopy of the frosty Christmas Eve stars, they embark on their extraordinary journey. The sleigh, brimming with toys, darts through the night sky like an effulgent comet, becoming a symbol of delight and goodwill. Santa, his white beard dancing in the wind, skillfully guides his trusty reindeer with an infectious twinkle in his eye, while the elves cheer wave, their hearts throbbing with exhilaration and pride. As they journey from rooftop to rooftop, the infectious joy of Christmas permeates the air. Children, nestled in their cozy beds, dream of the wonders of the morning to come, their faces glowing with the ecstasy of the treasures they will discover under the tree. The elves, now extremely cautious, move stealthily, depositing presents with a soft, suppressed chuckle. But naturally, it wouldn't be a real Christmas without a dash of playful mischief. At one house, an elf with an insatiable sweet tooth couldn't resist munching on some cookies left out for Santa. He leaves a trail of crumbs, igniting fits of laughter among his comrades. And then, there's Santa himself. Despite his countless years of chimney navigation, he manages to get wedged in a particularly tight one. His suit is dusted with soot as he extricates himself, laughing uproariously at his own predicament, causing the elves to collapse in gales of laughter, their merriment echoing into the night. In the end, every gift finds its home under the correct tree, every stocking is stuffed, and every wish is answered. The dawn sky slowly lightens, signaling the much-awaited arrival of Christmas morning. And so, despite a few fun hitches, the magic of Christmas was preserved. Just another day in the life of Santa and his quirky elves. And as they soar back to the North Pole, their hearts are aglow, their spirits soaring, knowing that they've once again spread joy and magic across the globe. What a flurry of excitement that Christmas Eve was, wasn't it? Dear listeners, let's recount the exciting adventure of the time when Father Christmas nearly missed his chimney drop. Our tale begins with our lively elves who loved a good prank, creating a playful uproar in the workshop. From misplacing the reindeer's carrots to wrapping up Father Christmas's glasses, their antics were nothing short of extraordinary. And who could forget the time they switched the nice and naughty lists? That surely got our pulses racing. But amidst the pranks, our beloved Father Christmas remained calm and composed. Even when his boots were filled with tinsel, he laughed it off and continued his work, teaching us the importance of patience. And when Rudolph's red nose went missing, he simply used a cherry from the kitchen to save the day. Now, let's think about the lessons learned from this adventure. Our mischievous elves understood that their tricks, though entertaining, could have spoiled Christmas for everyone. They helped Father Christmas rectify the situation they created, realizing that along with fun and mischief, it's crucial to take responsibility for their actions. After such a tumultuous night, Father Christmas might be dreaming of a relaxing vacation, possibly sipping hot cocoa under a tropical palm tree. As for our elves, they might be planning a New Year's resolution to behave better next year. Let's see how long they stick to it. So dear children, remember, even at the North Pole, every action has a reaction. But rest assured, all the pranks and laughter were in the true spirit of fun and the magic of Christmas. After all, Christmas is all about joy, love, and a little bit of mischief.